Hey everyone, this is a Beacon Learning video. Today we'll be learning user functions in Excel. This video covers creating functions in Beacon and calling them from Excel. This is part of the Excel add-in series, and as a prerequisite, please see the video for setting up your Beacon Excel add-in in the links below. Today we're going to cover adding new functions in Beacon and then calling them in Excel, common Excel to Python conversions such as dates, and common Excel inputs to Beacon functions such as ranges. Okay, let's get started by adding a new function in Beacon. Alt-N creates a new file. Now I'm going to copy a function I've already created and paste it in here. You can find the function in the description of the video below, so feel free to pause and copy this in. This function, Excel date input, is very simple. It only returns the value that is input to it. Now let's save this into your user folder. We'll call this demo excel.py. An important note here is that just because we've saved the file doesn't mean that Excel is going to know about it. So we're going to need to commit the file and deploy it. Open the Get dialog, F7, add the file by pressing spacebar. Let's create a feature branch and let's add a commit message, then hit commit. And because this is under our user folder, we should be able to fast track deploy it. Okay, the fast track deploy was successful. So now WIMP proxy should know about the new function Excel date input because we have checked in the demo Excel file. Let's copy the path to this function and go to Excel. We can do this easily with the Alt-Shift-I command. Let's open up Excel now. We can check to make sure that our Beacon add-in is working and that it has a key that has been saved locally. Let's put in a date as our input to the user function. And let's make a call to wst.call and paste in the path to the function. Close off the quotes and make a reference to the date cell. Now that we've called the function, we can see the return value is a number, but if we switch the format to the short date, we can see that we're getting back the exact same value that we passed in. Now let's go back to our IDE and add another function. This one is going to convert an Excel date. Copy in the next function. So what we have here is a function convert Excel date that takes in a date just like the previous function. But what it is going to do is it's going to read in the value from Excel and it's going to convert it into Python's datetime.date format. Once we've done that, you can use the date for any type of calculation, but what we're going to do is to pass back a string formatted time of the date. Again, you'll have to check in the file by creating a feature branch and deploying it to master. So let's add a commit message and let's fast track deploy. Once the fast track deploy is complete, we know that the WIMP proxy running will be able to pick up this new Excel date conversion function that we've just created. So let's just copy that, go back to Excel, and let's make a call to that function. Let's put in the date again, and we can copy and paste the function that we had previously, and all we'll need to do is just change the function name, and let's make a reference to the date cell. Great, so we can see that that worked correctly. And now we can see that what came back is not a date or a number, it is a string, because our Python function was able to parse the date and return it as a formatted string. The next thing we're going to do is go back to the IDE and we'll paste a function in there that's going to help us understand how Excel and Python work with Excel ranges. So we'll pass a 1D range and a 2D range. Both the 1D range and the 2D range are going to come in as a list of lists. We can do several different things with them. In the first case, I'm going to convert the range 1D into an actual list. And the second thing I'm going to do is take the range 2D and sum all the values within them. I'm going to return the list, which I'm calling range 1, and the value of the sum. So let's go through the process of committing and deploying this feature branch. Now that our fast track deploy has succeeded, we can call the Excel range input back in Excel. And let's create the input first. So I'll just create a range of 1 through 5, and I'll create another 2D range of various different numbers. So let's make a call here. Let's copy our function and paste it in here. We'll be calling it Excel range input. And in this case, we'll be passing in the first 1D range and the second 2D range. Great, so that worked correctly. So now we pass back the list of 1 through 5, and we've also passed back the sum, which is equal to 45. And we can see that this corresponds with what Excel says. But we can see that what's passed back is an Excel array, and you can note this by the curly braces. So if we try to change any part of the array, Excel will tell us that we can't change it. In order to do that correctly, we'll have to do Control-Shift-Enter, and then Excel will allow us to call the beacon function again. This concludes the user functions in Excel video. If you're interested in related topics, such as running your WIMP proxy locally for faster iteration, please see the links below. Thanks for watching.